Yo, what is up, boys? How's it going? And welcome back to another stream/video. Today we're reacting to GIGGUK's newest video, When an Anime Leaves You Speechless. Let's jump into it.
Go beyond!
Plus.
Plus!
Ultra. I must say I'm not a huge My Hero Academia fan, but the hype moments, the peaks of like the top punches, 100% punch, plus ultra moments, they do hit different.
When we think of iconic anime moments, we think of stuff like, yo, that was so hype! Or,
Yo, when Rock Lee drops the weights, bro.
that was so sad. Or, damn, that was so shocking. But when you watch enough anime, you start to notice familiar patterns in the premise, the stories, and definitely the moments that define them.
It's true. It's true.
Big climactic fight, a plot twist you don't see coming, a sad death of a character. There are so many great moments like these that are
Please. I saw the eclipse coming from a mile away.
extremely powerful in their own ways, but isn't something you generally haven't seen before. Yes, Demon Slayer episode 18 is absolutely hype, but so are a lot of other beautifully animated high-intensity fight scenes.
It's true.
But sometimes there's a moment in an anime that just sticks out for me for different reasons. Some may even say that they hit different.
Bro, I said it. I think I said hit different earlier in this video.
I said it! I said the thing!
These are moments that might not be the most hype, most iconic, most talked about, or even the most memorable, but for one reason or another, they've just refused to leave my mind. So I've compiled a short list of GIGGUK's random anime moments that live rent-free in my mind in no particular order or theme. Yes,
Dude, I love these type of videos. Like, the biggest flexes in anime, the most badass scenes in anime. But eventually, like, you can't just keep using the same 15 that everyone thinks of. And to seeing the smaller, unique ones that like hit individual people differently, I love these type of videos.
I'm only making this so I can nerd out about shit I don't get to talk about enough. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers, so I'll make sure to show what I'm going to talk about before I start each segment, but if you're anything like me, I have this awful habit of discovering shows and movies I want to watch by watching out-of-context scenes and recommended on YouTube, even if they're full of spoilers. I know, okay? So hey,
I
maybe
got spoiled for Dumbledore too.
you're as broken as I am, but
I think literally some kid in elementary school read the books and fucking ran to school and told me. I got so cheesed.
without further ado, let's get to it. But before I start my first pick, a quick word from today's sponsor. Guys, you know what time it is?
It's time to shout out G Fuel. Look at these new black, sleek, stainless steel cups. It keeps your beverage cold. Watermelon limeade. You could always use code Briggs at checkout, or do this Boxu thing. Go support GIGGUK as well, of course. I'm just trolling. I'm gonna drop a like. And Boxu skipped. Who did that?
yourself or a friend. You can also use code GIGGUK to get $15 off your first box.
What is a GIGGUK? Something like, is this the UK? Because he's from UK in the end. I remember he had like GIGGUK, AZ, Anime Zone. That's why I did Briggs ADA, honestly. Fucking bad idea.
You purchase. Thank you very much to Boxu for sponsoring me today. Back to the video.
Give me more! Give me more!
One. Oh! I love this anime.
The climactic moment in
Bochi.
any music anime that separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls, the beeps from the boops. I'm not even a big music guy, but great performances can be some of my personal favorite moments in all of anime. There is a wave of emotion
Yeah, when your boy Kong Ming broke into a rap
yet that is different
and started spitting those lyrical strategists.
hype fight scene or a sad dramatic scene. Haruhi, K-On!, Your Lie in April, Angel Beats. There are a lot of iconic music scenes in anime, but to me, no performance has made me feel such a journey of emotions as much as Kids on a Slope.
Really?
Episode 7.
Dude, Jordan has been trying. Oh, I've watched Kids on the Slope. I'm a fucking idiot. I was thinking of Beck. Jordan's been trying to get me to watch Beck for years. Kids on the Slope, even in the basement, dude, the vibes hit different.
When you hear that the director and composer of Cowboy Bebop are teaming up again to work on a music drama revolving around jazz, you get excited. And this is coming from someone who doesn't know the first thing about jazz, except that one of the main tracks used in the show is the jazz classic Monin, which is aptly named because every time I hear that sexy jazz beat, it got me feeling like... Wait, no, wrong clip. Yeah, that'll do. It's Japan in the 1960s, and you have two best friends who are about one seductive look away from kissing their homies goodnight and shouting no JoJo. But at this point in the series, they are having a little bit of a lover's tiff.
We're watching JoJo's Part 2 on Kick right now, and I must say, it's still a fucking banger. Still one of my favorite parts in JoJo's. I kind of miss old JoJo. Like, new JoJo's great, stands are fantastic, but old JoJo is just, it's just different.
talking to each other, their music group has broken up, and their drummer has gone and joined another band right before the big school festival music performance. But, oh no! Something's gone wrong before they're about to get on stage! The setup was predictable, we knew what was coming, but that didn't detract from the magic we were about to see. The school is treated to the purest unplanned jam session between two musicians you could ask for, doing their own rendition of The Sound of Music's My Favorite Thing to Snow White's Someday My Prince Will Come. For 4 glorious minutes, their musicians become their voice actors. Not a single line of dialogue is uttered between them, but you understand everything they are saying to each other through the language of music, and like the audience, I was absolutely mesmerized. I'll be honest, I'm kind of illiterate when it comes to trying to break down or describe music, so all I can say is that the beeps and the boops fired up neurons in my brain so hard, it might as well have turned the serotonin being released into goddamn crack. Yo, this scene was so good. This jabs are so sexy, it got me more bricked up than all ecchi fan service anime I've watched combined. And just when I thought I couldn't get more bricked up, just when I thought they couldn't peak any harder, they pulled this out.
Oh shit.
In my mind, too many anime feel the need to talk over their performances to tell you exactly what the characters are thinking.
You got Brock from Pokemon in the corner. Well, actually, when the drummer pauses and he does that slow melody on the piano, it is super effective against the audience.
To tell you exactly what you should be feeling. And the beauty of this scene is that they just let the music do the talking. From the perfectly accurate animation, to the callback to previous songs, to the character developments you see on stage, to the emotions this made me feel. This scene is a fucking masterpiece and my all-time favorite music performance I've ever seen in an anime. Voice acting. Without voice acting, we'd be watching a silent film, and great voice acting can elevate the most emotional scenes from an anime into something even more spectacular.
I love you!
Super random thought. Kids on the Slope ending was too realistic for me. It hurt my soul.
Or we can break it. There have been so many amazing moments of voice acting that I've seen in anime, I can't even come close to listing them all. From the serious to the sad, hype to emotional, to performances that are downright spellbinding, like Restless Vagrant. You idiot. We'll just steal off the miners. Now clearly, the art of voice acting peaked here, but that's a video game. Amazing voice acting features in some of the most iconic scenes in all of anime. So it's incredible that the first thing that comes to mind when I think of a single voice acting scene that dropped my jaw to the floor is not from this. Or this, but from a slightly above average studio trigger show that no one bloody remembers, when supernatural battles become commonplace.
This looks like a fucking hentai.
Jirai here is a Chinibyo. What does that mean? He's an edgy try-hard fuckboy. Think of every overplayed trope every bland isekai protagonist thinks makes them badass. Having a special power, possessing some super secret knowledge that only they know that makes them better than everyone. Basically everything that Sid from Eminence in the Shadow tries to be with.
Dude, I love Evidence in the Shadow. It's so good.
Without a shred of self-awareness. That's this guy here, and Hakuto has had enough.
So you have chosen death.
Think of everything you've ever wanted to scream and shout at every edgy, too cool for school teenager you've met, and that's where Hakuto is. Because for 2 unstopping, uncut, unfiltered minutes, she just unloads. She pops off and just keeps going and going and going, and just when you think she's run out of oxygen, she continues for another goddamn minute while upping the intensity. It is downright captivating.
Why am I getting goosebumps? I've never even seen this anime.
The most amazing thing about this is that it was rumored to be done in one take. The voice actress Saori Hayami had one shot, one opportunity, and she took it. Stories from the staff members came out about how she nailed this on one take and left everyone in the recording booth in silence. And honestly, I can't blame them, because I think I'd realize soon that I just witnessed one of the best voice acting moments in history. Damn. Restless Vagrant got some competition.
Number
I
3.
love anime fans, but goddamn, some of y'all got that TikTok brain. If there's not a character getting punched or something exploding every 5 minutes, I gotta start playing some Subway Surfer at the bottom of the screen to make sure you guys are paying attention. But when done right, nothing is more engrossing to me than a good dialogue scene. Eren confronting Reinher, Yang...
I think Vinland Saga is slowly becoming one of my favorite anime manga of all time, I must say.
When Lee meets
Ayo, thanks for the follow, Derek.
Reinhard, pretty much anything from Monogatari. These are moments of nothing but characters talking that had me glued onto the screen more than any Michael Bay Mega Man ass explosion ever could. But the one dialogue scene I always come back to is the Banquet of Kings.
This is so good, dude.
Fate Zero, Episode 11.
I have a goldfish brain and I still remember this scene.
Alright, pause. Now I know this is less a scene and more an entire bloody episode, but that's how gripping it is. I've watched this subbed, I've watched this dubbed, I've watched this goddamn raw, and I'm still hooked from minute 1 to minute 20. And no, it's not because I get another chance to explain Fate. Alright, so let me explain Fate.
What is the card?
We've got a battle royale to the death going on, where there can only be one victor out of 7 teams that comprise of 7 mages who are paired up with a hero, either from legend or real world history.
God damn it.
I'm fucking doing this again. Now at this point, we are well into this battle royale. People have died, battles have already been fought, every team is at each other's throat. Then, out of nowhere, one of the heroes busts through the enemy stronghold, turns up at that doorstep, faces off with them, and he's like, fancy going to the pub and grabbing a pint?
Dying the life of a true Brexit geezer. Welcome to Bugatti. Pop down, have a couple pints with the lads.
That's right. No swords, no fights. What proceeds to happen is a whole episode of 3 of the heroes sitting around in a circle drinking and talking.
Let's go!
Just a bit of banter.
This is a prime example of what happens when you put a bunch of interesting, larger-than-life characters in the room together and let them carry a scene with dialogue alone. Because while at the beginning, it's nice just to see these characters interacting without the pretense of a fight, it really starts to kick off when the topic of what it means to be a true king comes up.
I have every intention of plundering your abundant storehouse until it's been laid bare, so get ready.
That is hardly fitting of how a true king should behave.
You have Archer, Gilgamesh, Ryder, Alexander the Great, and Saber, King Arthur. 3 legendary kings from their respective time periods with 3 different types of kingship. One of selfishness, one of ambition,
You know, it's a banger video and I don't even want to talk. I just want to, like, be in the moment.
and one of duty. Each of them
Usually I pause way too much and people get upset and you're like, you're talking too much. You turned a 20-minute video into a 45-minute video. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Let's enjoy this.
Behave.
You have Archer, Gilgamesh, Ryder, Alexander the Great, and Saber, King Arthur. 3 legendary kings from their respective time periods with 3 different types of kingship. One of selfishness, one of ambition, and one of duty. Each of them presenting their case while tearing the others down, and it is enthralling. Because while there are no punches being thrown, I would argue that this is one of the most compelling fights in all of Fate Zero. It's a battle of ideologies using their words as their weapons. Not a single line is wasted, not a single useless sentence is uttered. This is what Twitter users see in their mind's eye. And what I love is just how bloody convincing they actually are. You don't start believing they're kings because the plot told us that.
I mean, 2 of my favorite characters in all of Fate are sitting in that circle, right? So, and it's not because, oh, they're badass and they have cool attacks and stuff like that. It's their charisma. The level of charisma and, like, presence they have on screen, Ryder and Gilgamesh, is just insane. So having these 3 sit in a circle and talk about their ideologies and what it means to be a king is just unbelievable.
They were. You can see it. You start believing in them yourselves with the words that they say, because goddamn, it is delivered in an inspiring way for the people in its fictional universe and in real life as well.
You, who became a ruler, only to satisfy your endless greed.
A king without greed is even worse than a figurehead! Saber, you said you would martyr yourself for your ideals. In life, you must have been something akin to the purest of all the saints. But who can truly admire the rough and thorny path that a martyr must follow in life? Who actually dreams of such an ending? A king must be greedier than any other. He must laugh more loudly and rage for much longer, and embody the very extreme of all things, good and evil.
My man's out here making a case for being a tyrannical leader, and I'm somehow
And it's all about that ambition.
being convinced. Because I think the most amazing thing about this scene is that objectively, they are all right and they are all wrong in their own way. It should be impossible for anyone to actually win this fight, yet through sheer charisma and Giga Chad energy, a winner does emerge. Through his words and actions, Ryder is able to shake Saber's ideology to her core. His words cut deeper than any sword ever could, and if that wasn't enough, he ends things off with a demonstration that shows her what his kingship means. And he uses his noble phantasm, essentially his ult, don't worry about it, a move you should really not be revealing to your enemies willy-nilly just to prove a goddamn point.
Oh, it was so worth it.
This was the most epic conclusion for one of the most gripping dialogue scenes I've experienced from an anime. No matter who would have...
It's crazy because Ryder is literally everything that he believes in personified times 1000. And when you have that level of charisma and ambition, the men can't help but follow you, and he shows that with his noble phantasm. It's great.
Eventually go on to win the Holy Grail War.
Who wants to follow a martyr? But everyone would follow Ryder.
Ryder won over our hearts in this scene, which was oh so on point for this legendary character.
My bond with them is my greatest treasure, my path to kingship, the ultimate noble phantasm that I possess.
His noble phantasm is literally the boys. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god. His noble phantasm is the friends he made along the way. Alright, that was a really long segment. So you know what? Anime dancers. There's been a lot of iconic anime dancers throughout the years. Hara Yukai if you're in my generation. Chica Dance if you're a goddamn Zoomer. Jujutsu Kaisen ZD if you're on TikTok. JoJo's Torture Dance if you're on Grindr. But out of everything, there's been one dance I swear I've broken YouTube's replay button watching. Shirobako episode 16. Alright, so you gotta promise me.
I have not seen this.
You're not gonna leave this video to find this clip and replay it 10 times after I finish playing it. Alright, promise? Like, pinky promise? I trust you, cause otherwise I'm gonna tell your mum. I swear I'm gonna tell her you're a little liar, pants on fire. Play the clip. That's it. That's the scene. You still here? When people talk about shonen battle series, we say stuff like, damn, that was such a banger fight scene, or damn, I can't believe this guy just called Jujutsu Kaisen mid, or damn, is that a Dragon Ball fan with more than 10 IQ? But beyond the fights, the salts, and the hype, nothing has quite sold me on a long-running shonen faster than the 20 minutes of chaos in Chainsaw Man Episode 9 and Makima's Ritual. Am I doing a bit of a cop?
I must say, I am not the biggest Chainsaw Man, but this episode did hit hard.
By picking a moment from one of the most hyped recent anime? Yes. Did I want to talk about this so I have something to clickbait this video with in the thumbnail? Maybe. But this stands...
Yeah, wasn't her face the thumbnail initially, and then I think he changed it. Or the thumbnail got removed or something, because there's like no thumbnail right now.
Out to me as how to do a turning point in your story.
Or maybe my YouTube's just glitched, wouldn't be surprised.
Please don't kill me, Mushoku Tensei fans. More than any of the chainsaw massacring fight scenes, more than any of the boob-touching Makima caboose-sniffing action, this showcased that a battle shonen could do more than just drop a cool action scene on you. Because what stood out to me the most is that out of nowhere, the show just turns into a full-on survival horror as Makima looks at Light, laughs in his face, and goes, heart attack? What are you into, little baby shit? This is how to send a message. What gets me about this entire sequence is just the sheer emotional whiplash after everything that's been built up. We had 7 episodes establishing your usual shonen.
I love the contrast between how quiet it is where Makima is with all the guys like on, I'm assuming they were on death row, I can't remember, with like their like eyes covered. It's so quiet. It's so like tranquil, or that's not a word, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. And then you cut to where the chaos is happening, where the people are exploding, and it's just fucking chaos, and people are losing their minds and running away, and I love that scene.
An affair, then in just one episode you realize, oh, the people I thought were safe are definitely not. These villains are way more terrifying than I ever gave them credit for. Then the series doesn't even give us 5 minutes to process that before throwing a fat Uno reverse card in our face. You feel a sense of eerie dread for the bad guys that does a better job than 90% of horror anime have ever done. The direction, the music, her unsettlingly calm demeanor, the fact that these people can sense that they're about to die a violent death before they do is a fucking horrifying thought. And after everything is said and done, you're like,
Wait,
Should I be more terrified of the good guys or the bad guys here? This was just such a brilliantly directed scene from start to finish that went beyond the
I
great
guess they weren't really running around. But I just remember her calmness, and like the calmness of this in contrast to what was going on was just really stuck with me.
action you expect from a shonen. And if that was just a taste of the mayhem to come, Chainsaw Man Season 2 cannot arrive soon enough. Until then, I have to live with the scraps I've got to find out what's really going on behind.
Yeah, I feel like we just got the tip of the iceberg. Like, it just wasn't enough. I wish we had a 24 episode first season, and maybe I would have fallen in love. Because things started, I was interested in a lot of stuff. I feel like, maybe because I don't like the characters that much, I just wasn't enthralled. I don't know, there were some good episodes for sure. I just wanted more. I expected more from the hype, and it just didn't deliver, but there's more to come. For sure, I mean, I read some of the manga past this anyway, and it gets pretty good.
And the terror boner Makima has given us as the true horror antagonist herself.
It's just like, from the 12 episodes we got, I think if they did 24, it would have just blown up, because it's just, all I was intrigued by the end. I'm like, oh, there's a few good episodes, and I'm super intrigued. That's about it.
Flowers of Evil was an anime that looked like this.
Look at this dude.
This was a show that took some creative decisions with its art style and aesthetics, and when it aired in 2013, the internet destroyed it. Meme after meme, screenshot after screenshot, it got clowned on into obscurity, but now that time has passed, I think people are starting to realize that we didn't really give it a fair chance. Sure, sometimes the visuals look so bloody ridiculous that it looks more like a comedy than a thriller, but behind all that there is a truly amazing story being told here, one that explores the darkest parts of our human emotions that we bury behind the public mask we wear. And there's one scene that has always stuck out to me in this series that everyone had already written off. Flowers of Evil, Episode 7. Takao Kasuga starts the series as someone who believes he is different to everyone, because that's the person he wants to be. Pretending
He's
to
literally built different.
enjoy obscure poetry, being an all-around edgy twat. He's not like other boys. There are two wolves inside of him. But when a complicated girl Nakamura sees him in a moment of weakness, she knows what perverted and sick desires lie beneath the surface he presents. She torments him, wears him down and blackmails him, tears into him for days until you see all of his fake ideals and the facade he wears crumble into nothing. This scene is that breaking point. We see him proceed to completely wreck the classroom in an explosion of catharsis as he embraces who he really is. With a sheer, visceral display of emotions, it is almost chilling, watching this manic destruction of their classroom as every layer of his old persona is peeled off one by one. This was the moment where I fully understood the creative vision. That semi-realistic, uncanny look on top of the eerie, unnerving music left me with a symphony of conflicting emotions few anime are able to make me feel. It was equal parts unsettling as it was beautiful. That final shot of the circle of chaos they created is an image that's etched into my mind. Just them laying there. Two messed up teenagers in a room matching how fucked up things are in their head. This was then I understood. This was why the show looked like this. This was what Akunohana was meant to be. There was something special here, and it's sad more people didn't give this a chance for a season 2 to be made. There are many moments in anime that get me emotional enough
This is
to
giving
get
me
the
old GIGGUK vibes. The little countdown. Remember when he made like top 20 most badass anime characters of all time?
works running. Sad parts that pull at the heartstring until there are no emotions left to wring out. But sometimes I watch a scene that makes me tear up even if there's nothing sad happening on screen. And one of those moments is the running scene from episode 2 of A Place Further Than the Universe. This scene hits me every time I rewatch it, bar none. And I still don't fully understand why, because I'm the only one I've talked to that has had this kind of emotional response to this moment. But if I had to quantify it, if I could pick a scene that so perfectly captures the carefree moments you remember from your younger years, this is it. It is pure freedom.
This looks beautiful.
We all have a
I must say this does look beautiful.
cherished memory tucked away somewhere of some dumb crap you got up to as a kid. That one random thing you and your mate did on that summer holiday. Getting up to some stupid antics on that one trip you took with your siblings or family. We didn't realize how precious those moments would be, or how fondly we'd look back on them when we were older. And what gets me is this overwhelming feeling that we're seeing one of these precious memories being made right in front of us. 3 girls going out of their comfort zone to go on an adventure and just having the time of their lives doing dumb shit. I will never not adore this moment, maybe even more so than some of the more serious scenes in this series. It might not be the most hype, the most sad, or the most dramatic moment you can find in anime, but it gets me emotional in a way few are ever able to. God, I love this show! And that was everything I had time to talk about today. I didn't even get through a tenth of everything I could have talked about, but I don't want this video
Make a part 2.
to be an hour, so who knows? If you guys like this enough, maybe I'll do some more of these types of videos. If you didn't, or
Go like the video, boys. Go like the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I do have a Patreon now. I will be linking it down below. Daily content. I am on 29 days straight of daily content, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you want to support me by just donating $5 to my Patreon, I would really appreciate it. Trying to keep this dream of full-time content creation going. We got Twitch streams. We got Rank Cafe today. I got One Piece D&D Marines today. I have so much stuff going on. Hopefully I could get my own stream in, but I don't know if I can. Got a busy day. Got some volleyball tonight, which I'm excited for. Hope you guys enjoyed. Shinpaku, and I'll see you all in the next one, all right? Later, boys. Drop and give me 20.